What's going on, YouTube? Rolling that back at you for a really quick build update. It was a pretty short work day today at the bench, but I was able to get a couple of things done just to kind of get ready to proceed on. So I went ahead and on the engine here, um, I got some Tamiya dark brown just to kind of highlight the engine pots and things like that, just to kind of also dull down the steel. Looks great in my opinion. So next thing that I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go through. I'll pull up a detail photo of one of these Wasp engines, find out which parts on these outer sections are rubber, and get those painted. Was also debating about going ahead and painting uh, the center section, the blue-gray. I think I'm going to actually just keep it in the metal. Once you get all of the details in and stuff like that, I think it'll hide it enough to where that's not that big of an issue. So the other thing that was a really big job today was going through and tidying up all of the seam lines. You'll see some black scribbles and stuff like that. So how I learned this from another scale modeler on the auto side to get rid of the seam lines, but just a Sharpie is a quick way. If you want to do a quick seam check, just scribble on some scribble on a Sharpie. I found these industrial ones are about the best for it because they dry quickly, they etch in a little bit, so they don't wipe off the plastic, especially if it's super smooth. Also went through, rescribed, riveted, so got the tops ready to go. Did also get these replacement PE parts on for the multiple parts here. The one thing that is absolutely stupid that I have to call out though about Eduard on this one is they miscounted. So this tank alone, or the center float alone, requires 9 of them to complete. So 3 at the front, 3 in the middle, 3 at the back. Each of the outer wing floats require 2 to complete. So, doing the math, that's 13. If we go to our actual parts count here and our sprue layout for this set, if you do a count, there's only 12. So, they actually jip you one that you need to complete the full build out, which is kind of silly that they did that, but I mean, I could see how, again, the millions of sets that they release, obviously exaggerating that it can happen. So, but did want to call that out if you're looking to build one of these. Definitely, like, I was lucky in the sense that I never got rid of the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and add the number 5 detail wing nut here on the top. I'll just be doing that after the fact. Also, it does talk about using like hard stock or card stock or something like that to actually push it down and things like that to get it to this convex, or yeah, sorry, concave form. I actually found that as much as you need it to be that full bowl effect, you also need it to be more just rounded to fit the top of the floats. So best way that I found to do that was when coming in, super gluing it down, just use the tweezers to just kind of push it down and things like that. Probably going to go through, lightly fill these areas all around them and stuff like that. So be honest, looking back on it, I'm not sure if I would do this same thing again. I would definitely replace the wing nuts. They look like trash in the plastic, but I think honestly I'd leave the actual domes alone and things like that. So outside of that, like I said, went through, got the floats all finished up, so you can see in the black there, just giving a sense of what it'll look like in actual paint. Everything like that. So next up will be getting all of that into primer, as well as this here. I'm going to probably use different primer than I'm used to using. I want to give my Mr. Hobby, Mr. Surfacer stuffs, probably the 1000 just to give that a try on this, just to kind of see how it goes down, how I like it, and things like that. But yeah, so far looking pretty good. Also, obviously, cleaning out the seam lines through here is a bit of a pain in the butt, but that one I actually went ahead and just had to use a standard X-Acto blade and scrape clean, as I couldn't get a good sanding stick in there. And as you can see, it's not 100% perfect. There's still going to be a tiny little seam here and at this end. I might come back in one more time and just try to lightly scrape that one out, but yeah, overall it'll look good. Other than that, definitely been enjoying the build so far, and can't wait to keep working on this, get the engine tidied on up, and get really moving along with the interior as well. So obviously, if you have any questions, comments, definitely post them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.